Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Breaking Bad Goddess. I just thought I'd come on real quick and talk about lock growth. I've noticed over the past month and a half a real spurt in my hair growth. And I'm not a slow growth. My hair doesn't grow slow or fast. I think it's basically average growth typically that I've experienced through the course of my lock journey. But I'm gonna post some pictures because I do notice quite a bit of growth over the last maybe 3 months since real progressive fast growth. I don't know if hair tends to do that occasionally. All of a sudden there's just this big spurt in growth. So I don't know, but I did notice it and I can't believe it. So I'm gonna just swing around and just show you my growth. It's really grown a lot. And I'm really happy about it because when I started my lock journey, I was just coming off of a pixie cut. Shaved sides and everything. It was just a little height on the top of my hair, but the sides and the back were pretty low. I would say even shaved down. I would just take a brush and brush it on the sides and the back. So that's how short my hair was. And I love short hair. But I was missing length. And up until then, I had been doing what a lot of women do. I was wearing a lot of wigs and, sometimes I'll get it braids or extensions or whatever, just to change things up, just to feel some length, because from my own personal experience, I had a hard time growing my hair. Well, I say growing, but it's really, retaining length. I had a very hard time during my loose natural years retaining any type of length. I'd get up to maybe 12 inches and then it started receding again. And I would go back and forth. So the entire, from 2000 to 11 till about 2018 when I just cut it all off, I never really passed shoulder length. When it's stretched, when I stretched my curl out. It just wouldn't grow, or just wouldn't retain the length. It was always growing, but I just couldn't get any length out of it. So I got very frustrated, and the entire time from that period of 2011 to 2018, I just said, you know what? I'd rather have short hair than struggle with this trying to maintain or retain any length. So for about 1.5 years, I was sporting a very short haircut. And I loved it because it was so easy, and it was just very chic, and I thought it fitted my face and my features. So I just really enjoyed it, and I also enjoyed the low maintenance. I didn't have to do a lot with my hair, which was great. But I did come to a point where I was missing, I really always wanted to have, or at least experience, long hair. And after seeing my niece and my sister-in-law grow their locks out, I decided that was it. That year, August 2019, I decided to get locks. And it was the best decision because, as you can see, I have no issues with retaining length. It is growing really fast. And I think part of the reason is because I don't do a lot with my hair. I don't do a lot of updos, tight styles. I don't pull my hair back a lot. I kind of keep it down for the most part. I really don't twist it a lot. I don't do a lot of retwisting. In fact, I try to stretch my retwisting out as far as 3 months if I can. If I can do it longer than that, I would. But I think the 3-month mark works for me because I'm not putting a lot of tension on my hair. And also too, I do like a more full, thick lock. So I think the less twisting you do, the better chance of you having thicker locks. I also combined my locks. I started off with over 100, I think, yeah, 102 or 104 locks when I first got my locks done. And now I'm down to 57. That's how much I've combined my locks. And I just like the aesthetic of thicker locks, personally. And if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have had less parting or parts that would suit a thicker lock. So, but yeah, I am really enjoying it. They feel very healthy. And the reason why I did combine them, because there were a few locks that were looking a little frail to me. So I figured I'd be proactive and, you know, try to thicken the lock so they wouldn't fall off, or, you know, I'd have some problems down the road. One thing I do want to talk about is I've added brushing to my locks. I don't brush every day, but I do brush maybe 3 or 4 times a week. And I do that because it has helped minimize any lint, especially at the ends of my locks. It's just an inevitable situation. Anyone who has locks, they're gonna struggle with lint and flyaways or anything, because your locks are almost like Velcro. That everything just kind of, it tracks everything. So I've been doing some brushing. I try to be as gentle because I don't want to disturb the locking process, but I will take it and just go through the ends like that. I also find too that it helps with minimizing any you know, flyaways. It also helps with frizz. It just, you know, I just feel like my hair is just, you know, it looks so much better and a little bit more manicured than without brushing it. As far as moisture is concerned, I stick with the rose water. I have been adding a little bit of aloe vera juice and sometimes gel to my hair on wash day. I don't use too much aloe vera because I find that it can make my hair feel a little hard. It almost has a protein quality to it. It's great for strengthening the roots, which is why I do have it in my regimen. But I don't use it every day because I feel that it does, my hair does feel a little hard. I find too, this harkens back to my loose natural days when I used to experiment with coconut oil. Coconut oil really was the death knell for my hair. It just made it really hard and dry, and the ends were starting to break off. That's how bad it was. So certain things I just can't use, coconut oil, and I really am careful with the aloe vera juice or gel because it does have that effect on my hair if I overdo it. But I do have it in my regimen because it just strengthens the hair and the root, and it gives a nice, it flattens the cuticle. So your hair looks a little bit more shinier. It doesn't have, you don't have a lot of flyaways and frizz. Personally, the frizz doesn't really bother me. You need a certain amount of frizz anyways to enhance the locking process. So I'm quite aware of that. So that's just something that you have to keep in mind. But so far my hair is fine. I've had no issues since I've introduced brushing and aloe vera juice into my hair during wash day only. But for the most part, my moisture routine is rose water, and I will use some oil, usually on wash day. And if I feel that my hair is dry, I'll add a little bit more oil, but I do not put oil in my hair every day or not even every week. I just find that I don't really need it. If I put it in during wash day, I'm pretty good for until the next wash day. And my wash days are, every 3 weeks maybe. I don't do it often because my hair just doesn't need it. And again, my philosophy is just be real minimal with your hair because it will grow better if you don't do too much. I tried very hard not to bring a lot of the unhealthy practices from my loose natural years into my loc journey because I see that a lot in the loc community. People are transferring a lot of their loose natural practices in their loc journey. And some of the things you were able to do when you were a loose natural, you can't do when you have locks. I find that when I was a loose natural, I used a lot of conditioners. When you're a loc, you can't really use a lot of heavy, thick conditioners. Otherwise, you're gonna have some issues with products in your hair. It'll start looking dull. It'll start feeling dry. You'll just have a residue, and you'll just have it embedded in your locks. What I do is a lot of shampooing. I try to use a clarifying shampoo, and I also follow it up with a retention or moisture retention shampoo on top. And then on occasion, I'll use a very watery light conditioner on my hair. And that's sporadic. Usually when I'm coloring my hair, a darker color, I use black color every so often. I will always follow up with a conditioner. But that's really the only time I do that. So that has been my regimen. It's almost the opposite of being a loose natural. You're all about the conditioner as a loose natural, but when you get locks, it's all about the shampoo, it seems. It's almost a completely reversal, So at least that's my experience. But anyways, yeah, I really am taken aback by the length of my hair, and I'm only 2 years and 5 months into my loc journey. So I haven't even hit the 2.5 point, and I can only imagine what it's gonna look like at 3 years. It'll probably be sitting back around here, And it's funny too, because it's not really that far at this point from bra strap. I'm just about this much from my the top of my bra strap. So this is something I've never experienced when I was a loose natural. So I am really enjoying this journey and how my hair feels. I love the minimal effort that I have with my locks. I don't have to do a lot with it. And I just encourage anyone who's on the fence to go ahead and just lock up, because it is probably one of the best decisions I made as far as my hair is concerned. So that's all I have. I guess I will see you in the next video. I need some ideas. I don't know. I don't want to be too repetitive in the loc community. If there's anything you want me to talk about in terms of locks or anything else, just post it in the comments. I have been thinking about doing a video on when is the best time to get your locks. And I'm thinking of doing that as my next video, because there is a strategy when you should, what season would be the best time to get locks. So I think I'll do that video next. And if you have any other ideas, just comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.